Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick update for my TBR for February Fantasy Stories, which will be starting very soon, the first day of February. And this is a reading event all about reading short fantasy all through the month of February, and is hosted by a bunch of great YouTubers and was created by the Bookish Bryants. And I did my official TBR in the middle of January, and of course, it's already changed. So I just have a couple of changes to make, and just for 2 of the week's prompts. So for Dark Fantasy Week, which is week 3, I am still going to be reading the anthology Grimdark Grimoires that I have on my Kindle already. But I was going through my Kindle and I found a few more books that would fit for these prompts, and I want to read what I already own instead of things that I'm getting from Script. That is why I'm changing my TBR a little bit. So I'm going to be getting 2 books that I've wanted to read for a very long time, and that makes me excited. So for Dark Fantasy Week, after I finish Grimdark Grimoires, I'm going to read the novella No Rest for the Wicked by our very own Dane Cobain, who has a booktube channel. It'll be linked down below. And this is a dark fantasy horror novella about a city where there are angels, and they are not nice angels. They're very scary, and I can't wait to read it. I've had it on my Kindle for way too long, and I'm glad to finally have the perfect opportunity to get to this one. No Rest for the Wicked is 124 pages, so it fits perfectly into this readathon. And this one almost sounds like urban fantasy as well, because it takes place in a city but it is a fantasy world that is just similar to our world in a lot of ways, I think. So dark fantasy is what it's labeled under. And then for Urban Fantasy Week, which is week 4, I have a couple of books that fit that as well. So instead of an anthology from Scribd, I will still be reading Something from the Night Side by Simon R. Green. But I'm adding on a couple novellas. First one is Kruger's by Devin Lee, which is categorized under urban fantasy and horror, and is 132 pages, and is about some kind of supernatural bad guy event, creatures or something that make bad things happen in dreams, like Freddy Krueger. So something's going on in people's dreams in this city, and that's very exciting. I've wanted to read this forever as well. And then the last book I have for urban fantasy that I found, I just recently picked it up when they had a sale going on. They had it for free on Kindle, so I picked this one up, and now I want to read it. It is called Dead Man Walking by David Green. It's 96 pages, and it's the first in a series, and it is labeled under mystery, thriller, and suspense, but it's about a man who dies, has a near-death experience, dies and is brought back. Then he knows that angels and demons are real, and they're everywhere around the city. Like, I'm thinking he can see them now, and he has a mystery or some kind of case to solve that involves this new world that not very many people know about. And that sounds like urban fantasy to me as well. It could go into that category because it's definitely not just a straight up mystery, right? So I'm going to be reading Dead Man Walking by David Green for Urban Fantasy Week. Since Kruger's is also a horror book, it's urban fantasy and horror, it would fit into dark fantasy as well. So that's kind of a good bridge book. If I finish all my dark fantasy early, I can get started on that one early, and it kind of fits in both, which is kind of awesome. So that is my new TBR, and the first 2 weeks are staying the same. Still have way too many anthologies to choose from for Sword and Sorcery, but I think I'm going to be taking an idea that Becky from the Bookish Bryants gave to me, to use a D20 to decide what short stories I'll read from all those anthologies. And that is, it's just exciting me so much. I have to do this. And I probably need to vlog that, right? Or at least make a video of me choosing the stories with my D20. So I guess that's a video you can look forward to. Let me know if you've read any of these books or anything else from these authors, and I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.